basis.
Well, Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot was hired by the trustees in Dalton, Illinois, to assess the state of the finances of this South suburban town. Well, she left the residents dumbfounded after revealing her findings of an investigation into Mayor Tiffany Henyard's alleged egregious misuse of funds. Dalton trustees hired Lightfoot as a special investigator to investigate the allegations against the mayor. On Thursday night, Lightfoot revealed to residents the extent of Henyard's alleged misuse. Lightfoot stated that in April 2022, Dalton's general fund balance was $5.61 million. Not now.
This has been a challenging investigation, to say the least, because...
So in other words, Roland wanted to get in on this because this is a top trending topic. Roland has basically stayed and shied away from this all the times after he looked like a complete idiot, after allowing her to come and lie in his daggone face. But now he's revisiting because this is the trending topic and this is what everyone is talking about. And Roland wants the views. Like, I'm not going to act like the rest of us don't want to go ahead. This is our job as content creators. But the point is that Roland hasn't been given one damn about this. He didn't do near bit of research when he was talking to her. He looked like a complete idiot, ain't said one word since with everything that has happened. Now, all of a sudden, now he's got something to say, and he got Kiana on here. So what actually he should be juxtaposing against this is identity politics. But that's what he's doing with Kamala, so he probably won't say that. But at the end of the day, you know, she black, we black, you black. You know, because he should be pointing out, you know, if you don't know what someone's policies are, you don't know what they stand for, you don't know what to expect from them, and then you go ahead and vote them in, regardless of everyone else, this is what you get. But make sure you vote for Kamala because she black. Shout out to WREM, who says, thank you so much, hon, but Kamala ain't black. She black enough today for them to say that it's okay. But any other time, it would not be acceptable.
Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
The racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
And yeah, y'all still going to listen to him, meaning Roland, child. I ain't got time for you colors.
We have not received the level of cooperation from the mayor and her team that I would have hoped. Nonetheless, we've had, I think, a breakthrough that's allowed us to be here in front of you today to give you the information that I know that the trustees for sure and the members of the public have been seeking for some time. Many of you know that the village's fiscal year runs from May 1 to April 30th. So it's those 12 months, but they span 2 years. Certain financial disclosures are mandated under state law that the village reports to the comptroller of the state each fiscal year. Two documents that we're going to talk specifically about are the annual financial report, and you see the citation there, it's a state law, and the audited financial statements. The village has not, and let me repeat that, the village has not complied with these statutory requirements since fiscal year 2021. There's no annual financial report available after 2021.
Shout out to Frank doing his job so well. Frank Martino doing his job over there in Illinois.
And no audited financial statements after 2021. So what that means is the information that we're providing you has not been thoroughly audited by a CPA, but we do have information coming from an entity that essentially serves as the finance department of the village. Historically, from what we can tell, the village has had small or no full-time financial staff. At various times, even though statutorily there's a provision for a city treasurer, none exists and hasn't for some time. There's a provision for a finance director. There's been intermittent people that have served that role, but that role has been vacant as of May of this year. And before that, the person who held the role started working part-time as of the end of December in 2023. So as of May 30th of this year, the village's general fund was in a net deficit position, meaning that...
Folks, joining us right now is Kiana Belcher. She is a trustee for the city of Dalton. Trustee Belcher, glad to have you here. So, all right, so this report, was it delivered in the council meeting or was it delivered in this secondary council meeting y'all have because Henyard controls the actual council meeting?
The report was delivered in a special board meeting. A special board meeting, as long as it's called by 3 trustees and we have a quorum, we can move forward with conducting business. So it was sent to every member of the board, and it was a special board meeting held at the Dalton Park District because once again, we have been locked out the Village Hall.
So you had a surplus, now you're in a deficit. What the hell is her response?
Right now, we don't have a response from her. If you've been watching or anybody has been watching over the last 3 years, we've been requesting information. We've been locked out of our My Viewpoint, which is the account for transparency of where invoices and receipts go. We kind of had an idea that we were in bad shape, but to see those numbers revealed last night was gut punching. It was sickening, and it just was a hard pill to swallow that a group of people have put us in this financial debt.
So I'm assuming you saw it, John. So he grilled Kiana, but not Tiffany. Imagine that. Imagine that. Not grilling the person in charge, but the other person is trying to child.
Say a group of people, when she was on this show, she claimed she knew nothing about this foundation. Then we found out that everybody who was tied to it had a direct relationship with her. One guy worked for the city as well as for the township. He's been indicted by the feds. And so, I mean, you know, what does that tell you that she will brazenly lie like that?
What does it tell you? The hypocrisy right here. This is a journalist. This is your Black journalist that y'all should be listening to. Shout out to everybody who is here, but I'm talking to you colors right now. This is the person that you should be listening to make sure you get your news from, and you should follow because he's a D9 person, Alpha. Shout out to Alpha, Alpha Phi Alpha. But you should be listening to him, and he didn't even do his research, and now he want to act like he got questions. Boy, shut the fuck up. This is half damn crazy. Kiana, you should have hung up because I'm sure you knew what that interview looked like from when he interviewed her, quote unquote, and let her just say any old thing, and he just went along with it. Look at this face.
Absolutely. She has been lying to the residents all the time. She's a recalled mayor. She has been recalled. She kept promising things to people. She was doing things without board approval. Keep saying that there was a $6.8 million grant and all these grants was coming when we knew that, we had an idea that none of those funds had been deposited in the account. She's a habitual.
So, in other words, allegedly, what Kiana just said is that the grants were there, just didn't make it into the account. So let's not act like if that is true, because all Big Tiff ever talked about was about the daggone grants. I'm bringing in money because she going to Alabama and Vegas and all those other places because she bring back grants. Remember, that's money that you don't have to pay back. Where is that money? Now, those organizations that gave her grants, if that's true, need to be coming out and saying, how was that money used that we gave you? To even know that there was more money out there that has been spent. That money is what she could still be using and living off of, or be out there allegedly in the Cayman Islands or wherever the hell you have money at, Switzerland, child, wherever you do that at. I didn't forget all about that until she just said that. Tiffany used to say all the time, I got grants. And towns do get grants. It was during C-19. Y'all know they was giving out money like crazy. That's why all these people going to jail, because they was misusing funds. Can you imagine? What if she got a PPP? What if there's some PPPs out there? Not the pop and preaching pastor, but the C-19 loans. Oh, sugar, honey, iced tea. We just getting started, child. This ain't ending no time soon. I don't care what nobody says. This ain't ending no time soon. I promise you that's out there. You know your colors was out there. Everybody was, okay? But I'm talking to you colors. So you know your colors was out there talking about you had a business and you had 75 million people employed and you need $28 million in order to go ahead and make sure that you can continue to do your daggone business while everybody was down with C-19. Woo! Come on now. There's still so much to discover about this crazy ass shit. Shout out to Sin. SCYN. Sin. Shout out to you, and I appreciate you. He said, here's the breakdown. Y'all broke and the town is broke and Tiff is tired because it was hard. It was hard work spending all that money. honey child, allegedly it's out there somewhere. I'm thinking myself, my opinion, allegedly it's out there sitting in an account somewhere.
To a liar, she can't help herself.
When you say that she's been recalled, what does that mean?
The village of Dalton went through a recall process at election in 2022, and the residents recalled her to try to put her out of her seat.
Okay, that was in 2022. This is 2024. Yes. What happened? Was it a new election supposed to be scheduled?
Our next election is not until February of 2025, so she was able to retain her seat as the elected mayor until her term is up.
How? But she was recalled. I'm confused.
The judicial system sometimes doesn't work in our favor. They said it was based on the technicality that you couldn't place a recall and the mechanism and recalling her at the same time, but it was obvious that the citizens wanted her gone.
Wow.
Child, I'm going to have to revisit that because I've heard this story. I don't know, because I'm not 1000% sure how recall works. But if the recall said, we want you recalled because your ass ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing, and then it got thrown out on a technicality, then why wouldn't you redo it? And if she's a recalled mayor, okay, so toss that on her list of things. She love you, ain't nothing you can do about it as a recalled mayor. And so if it doesn't mean anything, then I guess that was a waste of time, right? Child, One True Empire, I'm going to assume he's asking these questions so that the audience can understand. I'm going to have to assume that that's what it is, because I was thinking that at first, but I think he's having her do that for the audience. Child, this is half damn crazy.
So she hasn't responded to this report about Mayor Lightfoot. First of all, the report by Lightfoot, that's been paid by the city of Dalton, correct?
That will be, yes, that's correct.
Okay. So she's offered no response thus far, huh?
No. And what
does Roland not prepare for his daggone interviews? Because I just feel like, that's why I'm saying, I just think he's just doing this because this is a hot topic right now, because he seems like not prepared at all for none of this. Now, I'm a person that definitely does this show off the cuff. I don't take notes on anything. What you hear is what you get, because it just came to my head. But he's supposed to be the real journalist. Child, I'm just on YouTube just to have fun. He's supposed to be the news source. And he act like he's trying to think of things to ask this woman. There's plenty to ask. What the hell? This is crazy.
What amazes me is that on Monday's meeting, while we had discussions about laying people off, because since we have been getting some contact with the CPA, which they were at one point not giving us information, they were saying we had to do hard cuts. We had to cut back on spending. We made provisions to get the spending for the credit card referrals. We put a limit on it. So we have started taking actions to try to stop some of this bleeding. But she came to the meeting with 2 federal criminal attorneys. So if you're not doing anything wrong, why would you be coming to a municipal meeting with federal attorneys?
So what's next?
The preliminary, this was a preliminary report. So there's more work to be done from Mayor Lightfoot. And then all of the information will be, the information that have been turned over to higher authorities. And we're looking to see if there's anything criminally that we can move forward with pressing charges.
Let me just interject real quick. Let me acknowledge my girl. Thank you so much. She said, Kiana not telling it straight. They messed it up. That's what I'm thinking. But people get mad when you try to be fair, okay, and look at everything as a whole instead of just saying Tiffany did all this on her own, because she did not. She did not. And that there's some people that kind of allowed this to go ahead and happen until it started affecting them, allegedly. And now it's outrage. But that's a whole nother live stream. So Lori Lightfoot is the ex-mayor of Chicago. And while she's over here doing this report, which is great, that's great information. That's great stuff for us to talk about. It's great fodder. It's good information. It's nothing that really anybody didn't know. Maybe not the specifics, but it's not like it was information that no one knew, right? So Lori got connections, wouldn't you think? Would y'all let's think about this for a second. Don't you think Lori Lightfoot has connections? So you telling me that she couldn't go talk to Fred Flintstone? You telling me that she couldn't go talk to Kwame Raoul or Frank Martino or Kim, what's her name? Kim Fox? So they ain't no going to them. So listen. Again, this is great for us. But let's just take a step back for a second. You have this specific information, and this is just preliminary, so there's more to come, and we'll be here for it all. But she knows these people here in daggone Illinois, every single last one of them. What is she going to do to move this forward, if anything? To go talk to the appropriate people, to go knock on Martino's door and say, Ninja, what the F is it that you're doing? Or go knock on Kwame's door, Ninja, what the hell are you doing? Right? I'm just saying. Is someone missing that? Child. Anyway.
All right, then. Well, Trustee Belcher, we appreciate it. Keep us updated.
Thank you so much for having me, Roland.
All right, thanks so much.
We talk about blackness.
We talk about blackness. He just wanted to get her up on there real quick. That's all that was. He don't want... I'm telling you.
Because y'all got false narratives out there, and y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power.
You're going to jail.
You're going to jail, Gato. Unasked that seat. Unasked that seat. Unasked that seat.
To express my deepest gratitude to Tiffany Henya and her team for their commendable efforts to better our community.
Listen, come here. Shut your stupid ass up. Say that, folks. What is your dumb ass say it?
It's not true. So we did a vote on it, and our vote is actually valid.